Very good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to learn survey topic post-colonial fictions. The term post-colonialism is certainly one of the most actively debated terms in the contemporary literary criticism and socio-political studies. It does not primarily refer to the conditions of the once colonized territories of the world after the social termination of colonialism there, except when it finds the force of colonialism extending into the present. Post-colonialism refers broadly to the ways in which race, ethnicity, culture, and human identity itself are represented in the modern era after many colonized countries gained their independence. It also refers to a set of critical attitudes taken towards colonialism. It is region specific and employs Western as well as native modes of expression. See here, postcolonialism term is one of the most actively debated term in contemporary literary criticism. After colonies were developed, the literature started to write on post-colonialism. Post-colonial fictions has been one of the favorite types of literature for a long time. A basic definition of post-colonial literature is that it deals with countries that have gained independence from another entity, often from England and France, and the struggles that arise afterward. Much of this genre deals with areas of the world like India, African nation, the Caribbean, and many other countries that were once under the rule of another nation. It provides good storytelling with a chance for reflection in what these countries and peoples struggle with after gaining independence. It is one of the favorite type of literature, and after gaining independence the domination countries have leave their impression influence on dominated country like India, Africa, Caribbean. Postcolonialism is a discipline that attempts to address these questions and consider the implication of the power and culture of one group overtaking the power and culture of another. Postcolonialism is especially intriguing when approached via narrative. The postcolonial fiction list below provides launchpad for exploring this topic. See here. Here are given some of examples of literary work which can explore the term postcolonialism and how the dominated country dominates on countries like India, African, Caribbean land. First example is The Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, a short novel by Polish novelist Joseph Conrad, written as a frame narrative about Charles Marlowe's experience as an ivory transport down the Congo River in Central Africa. Heart of Darkness is a novel by Joseph Conrad. Here, in this novel, Charles Marlowe's experiences given he was an ivory transporter in Congo River, Central Africa. The river is a mighty big river that you could see on the map, resembling an immense snake uncoiled with its head in the sea, its body at rest, curving afar over a vast country, and its tail lost in a depth of the land. In the course of his travel in Central Africa, Marlowe became obsessed with Mr. Cruz. The story is complex exploration of attitudes people hold on what constitutes a barbarian versus a civilized society, and the attitude on colonialism and racism that were part and parcel of European imperialism. In this story, in Heart of Darkness novel, Joseph Conrad wrote about Charles Marlowe's experience as an ivory transporter. He met Mr. Cruz in his exploration, and he founds barbarian versus civilized societies attitudes, colonialism and racism in his transportation. He saw too many slaves working in ivory. Second example given here, Midnight Children by Salman Rushdie. It is about Indian independence. In this story, Salim Sinai named character is there who born at the stroke of midnight on August 15, 1947. Hundred of children born on 15th August 1947 at midnight, sharp 12 o'clock. At the stroke of midnight, 12 o'clock, the very moment of Indian independence, greeted by fireworks, fatake, displays, cheering crowds, and Prime Minister Nehru himself. Salim grows up to learn the ominous consequence of this coincidence. He found it ominous consequence, a shubh consequence, that he born at midnight, means he born in between independence and slavery. And he find it as an ominous consequence. It was a coincidence that he born at sharp 12 o'clock in midnight of independence. His every act is mirrored and magnificent in events that sway the course of national affairs. His health and well-being are inextricably bound to those of his nation. His life is inseparable, at times indistinguishable from the history of his country. Perhaps most remarkable are the telepathic powers linking him with India's 1000 and other midnight children, all born in that initial hour and endowed with a magical gift. See here. After their birth, every child who born at midnight of 15th August, India and Pakistan become separated, and Salim Sinai found it as an ominous consequence He was inseparable from India as well as from thousands of children who born at the same time, and they got this magical gift. He found it as ominous consequence. Third example given here, Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Here, Things Fall Apart tells two intertwining stories, both centering on Okonkwo, a strong man of an Igbo village in Nigeria. The first, a powerful fable of the immemorial conflict between the individual and society, traces Okonkwo's fall from grace with the tribal world. The second, as modern as the first in ancient, concerned the clash of cultures and the destruction of Okonkwo's world with the arrival of aggressive European missionaries. This story is also nice one, novel by Chinua Achebe, in that here was a strong man Okonkwo, head of the village. By him died a poor boy who was as like his own son, and after that the destruction of his life started. Fourth example is Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Here, in Half of a Yellow Sun, in this story, with effortless grace, celebrate author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie illuminate a seminal moment in modern African history. Biafra's impassioned struggle to establish an independent republic in southeastern Nigeria during the late 1960s. We experienced this tumultuous decade alongside 5 unforgettable characters. Mugu, a 13-year-old houseboy who works for Odingo, a university professor full of revolutionary zeal. Olana, the professor's beautiful young mistress who has abandoned her life in Lagos for a dusty town and her love's charm. And Richard, a shy young Englishman infatuated with Olana's willful twin sisters, Kenin. Half of a Yellow Sun. In this story, here is a fight for independence republic of southern Nigeria during 1960s, shown here. 5 unforgettable characters of this story are Ugu, 13-year-old houseboy who works for Odinbo, a university professor full of revolutionary zeal. Another character in this story is Olana, a professor's beautiful young mistress who has abandoned her life in Lagos for a dusty town and her lover's charm. Richard, a shy young Englishman, and Olana and her twin sisters. The story is about post-colonialism and about the fight for southeastern Nigeria's independence. Next example of post-colonial fiction is given here, White Teeth by Zadie Smith. At the center of this invigoration novel are two unlikely friends, Archie Jones and Samad Iqbal, hapless veterans of World War II. Archie and Samad and their families become agents of England's irrevocable transformation. A second marriage to Clara Borden, a beautiful, albeit tooth-challenged Jamaican half his age, quite literally gives Archie a second lease on life and produces Erie, a knowing child whose personality doesn't quite match her name. See here, in this story, here are characters like Archie Jones and Samad Iqbal. After World War II, these two families, Archie and Samad's two families, Clara Borden, a beautiful, albeit tooth-challenged Jamaican half-age, quite literally gives Archie a second lease on life and produces Erie. See here, Clara Borden marries with Archie and they produce a child named Erie, and Erie doesn't match her name because her personality, like Archie Jones and Jamaican Clara Borden, both are from two different races, and so the born child Erie doesn't match her name because from a Jamaican father and white mother she born. Samad's late in life arranged marriage, he had to wait for his bride to be born, produced twin sons whose separate paths confound Iqbal's every effort to direct them, and a renewed, if selective, submission to his Islamic faith. The story is about Archie Jones, a white, and Samad Iqbal, a Muslim love story. Next novel, example of post-colonialism, The Lowland by Jhumpa Lahiri. An engrossing family saga steeped in history. The story of two very different brothers bound by tragedy. A fiercely brilliant woman haunted by her past, a country torn apart by revolution, and love that endures long past death, moving from 1960s to the present, and from India to America and across generations. This dazzling novel is Jhumpa Lahiri at the height of her considerable powers. Here is, in this story we can find the separation of lovers. Two lovers are there, one of them is from India and another one from America, and how they become separate. This story shows post-colonial fiction's experience. Burmese Day by George Orwell is the last novel of post-colonial fiction. Best example of post-colonial fiction. The tale concerns the journey of the narrator Marlowe up the Congo River on behalf of Belgian trading company. See here in this story, Marlowe has taken a journey from Congo River for Belgian trading. Far upriver, he encounters the mysterious Cruz, an ivory trader who experiences an almost godlike sway over the inhabitant of the region. Mr. Cruz, he meets to Mr. Cruz there in his travel. Mr. Cruz was a godlike creature, both repelled and fascinated by the man. Marlowe is brought face to face with corruption and despair that Conrad saw at the heart of human existence. What corruption is there in the mind of human or human heart? This example we can find in the story Burmese Day, written by George Orwell. His another story, Animal Farm, is also best example of post-colonialism. In this way, here we learn 7 examples, 7 post-colonial fictions in short. In this way, we have completed post-colonial fictions survey topic. Try to read whole summary of The Heart of Darkness, Midnight Children, Things Fall Apart, Half of a Yellow Sun, White Teeth, The Lowland, and Burmese Day. Read it on Wikipedia. Then you may learn pinpoints in post-colonial fictions. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, dear students.